Hello, welcome back to the Invisible Science of Smiles. At the end of our last episode, I left you with a thought. The mouth isn't just where your teeth live. It's one of the most sophisticated systems in the human body. Today, I'd like to explain exactly what I meant by that. Most people think the mouth is simply a place where we chew food and smile. As dentists, we know it's much more than that. It is a highly organized biological system where dozens of structures work together every second of every day. The moment one part stops functioning properly, the rest of the system begins to compensate. Sometimes those compensations help us. Sometimes they become the beginning of disease. So let's start seeing what is a system. So before we talk about the mouth, let's talk about system. So a system is simply a group of different parts that work together to achieve a common goal. Think about an orchestra. The violin doesn't play the same music as the trumpet. The drummer has a completely different role from the pianist. Each musician has a different job. Individually, they sound incomplete, but together they create a symphony. The human body works exactly the same way. Your heart pumps blood, your lungs provide oxygen, your kidneys will filter waste, your brain coordinates everything. Each organ performs a different task, but none of them work alone. The mouth is not any different. It isn't a collection of separate parts. It's a team. So the mouth is far more than teeth. When most people look in the mirror, they see teeth. We see an entire ecosystem. Of course we see the teeth, but we also see gums that protect them, bone that is going to support the teeth, and our facial structures, tiny periodontal ligaments that suspend every tooth like a miniature shock absorber, muscles that generate enormous chewing forces, jaw joints that are going to guide every movement, and the tongue, one of the most powerful and intelligent muscles in the body. It helps us breathe, swallow, speak, and even influences the development of the jaws. Saliva is constantly protecting our teeth, lubricating our mouths, neutralizing acids, and beginning the digestive process. Hundreds of nerves constantly are providing sensation and feedback. Blood vessels are delivering oxygen and nutrients. The airway allows us to breathe, and millions or actually billions of microorganisms living together in a delicate balance. And an immune system that never sleeps is constantly monitoring everything that is happening. Every one of these components is communicating with the others every second of our lives. The mouth is a remarkable piece of engineering. Think about what happens when you take one bite of an apple. Before your teeth even touch the apple, your brain has already planned the movement. The muscles coordinate with extraordinary precision. The jaw joints will guide that movement. The tongue will position the food. Your teeth are going to cut and grind it, and your saliva immediately is going to begin the digestion. At the same time, thousands of tiny sensory receptors are telling your brain exactly how hard you are biting. And all this happens in fractions of a second, and you don't even think about it. That's how extraordinary this system is. Every part affects any other part because it's a system and nothing is going to happen in isolation. If one component changes, everything else will start adapting. If we lose a tooth, the neighboring teeth will begin to move, the opposite tooth may over-erupt to close the space, your bite is going to change, your muscles are going to adapt. Sometimes your jaw is going to adapt as well. If you start breathing through your mouth instead of your nose, your mouth is going to become drier. Saliva will become less effective at protecting the teeth and the soft tissues. The environment inside the mouth then is going to change, and different bacteria is going to start thriving. Your immune system is going to react, and that imbalance continues. If that imbalance continues for long enough, disease can develop. Another example, if you grind your teeth at night, the teeth aren't the only structures involved. The muscles might become overloaded. The joints may become strained. The teeth are going to start wearing down, then small cracks can develop, and then the supporting tissues are going to start absorbing forces they were never designed to handle. One habit, many different consequences. The body is always trying to maintain balance. One of the most remarkable things about the human body is that it constantly tries to keep everything in balance. Scientists call this homeostasis. Your body is always adjusting. If bacteria increases, the immune system will respond. If the chewing forces change, the muscles will adapt. If one tooth is lost, the rest of the mouth is going to reorganize. Most of the time, these adaptations protect us, but sometimes they come at a cost. When the body can no longer compensate, then we begin to see disease. And often what we notice is simply the final stage of a process that may have started months or even years earlier. So modern dentistry is changing. For decades, dentistry has been largely about repairing the damage. But today we are asking different questions. We are asking, why did the damage occurs? Why did this tooth crack? Why are these gums inflamed? Why is this patient grinding? Why is there bone loss? Why does one patient develop disease while the other patient doesn't, and they have the similar habits? So instead of looking only at the tooth, we look at the entire system, because that's where the answers usually are. There is a process that connects almost every disease we see in the mouth, and it's inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural defense mechanism. Without it, we couldn't survive. But when this inflammation becomes excessive, prolonged, or uncontrolled, it can begin to damage the very tissues it was designed to protect. Understanding inflammation is the key to understand gum disease, tooth decay, healing, the oral microbiome, and many diseases that affect the rest of the body. And that's exactly where we are going next. So in the next episode, we are going to explore one of the most important concepts in all medicine and dentistry: oral inflammation. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, so you can continue seeing our series. For more information, go to vipdentalclinic.com.au. Take care, and we'll see you in our next episode. Bye bye.